Hey guys, SSJ here, and finally I'm back in the States so I can resume making videos and all that. So I thought I'd do a simple figure review because one thing I was waiting for when I came back to the States was this figure right here. This is the Beatless introduction set, or actually her name is Lacia from the light novel Beatless. It is a novel, not a manga or an anime yet, and well, I honestly could not wait for this figure to get here any sooner. I had it on pre-order since August, and it came to me actually on New Year's Eve. I was originally going to do a unboxing of this figure, but since it was New Year's and everything, I didn't have the time to really record it. So it's just the same figure reviews I've been doing for a while now, but eventually I'll do an unboxing. It just won't be this figure. Now, this figure itself, it's probably, I say it's probably one of the most amazing Good Smile figures out there now, right next to Black Rock Shooter, the original one. And the artwork, the design for her was made by Red Juice. If you don't know who Red Juice is, he was the artist behind The World Is Mine and Last Night Goodnight Miku PVs, as well as he's also the artist for the new anime Guilty Crown. So if you're watching that, he's the artist behind it. So, Beatless itself, I'm not really all that familiar with the novel, but I'm betting there's a translated version of the novel somewhere. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I love cyberpunk, so this is kind of what made me want to pre-order this figure now, as fast as I could, because this is just cyberpunk awesomeness right here. Now, for those wondering where this figure is, it came out in late December. But you're probably wondering where it was. This was a Good Smile Company exclusive figure, so you could only get it from their site. So sadly, you probably won't be able to find it. You could probably find it now on other sites, but it'll probably be really expensive. So if you want to find it, good luck. Now the reason why this is an introduction set, I'll get to this later, is because it came with this book. But I'll get into this later. Now, finally talk about at least the box first. The box is incredibly inconspicuous. It's just black box with the emblem from the novel on it. Of course, it also shows, it's being serialized in new type. If you've read it, it also shows design because she is. Let's see, here is obviously a machine, so it sort of shows. So the outside of the box sort of shows her specs, where she's from, and everything. So the box isn't really showing what, sculpting and everything, even though it does. It shows more like what she is and where she comes from, and that you are the owner of her now. But anyway, actually this box is a box inside a box. So really this figure set was like 80% packaging, 20% figure. Anyway, onto this figure. The sculpting is amazing. The whole reason why I fell in love with this figure at first sight was really just how gorgeous it looked. Because Red Juice, just like Hukei's art style, Hukei being the creator for Black Rock Shooter, I think both their art styles translate well into figures. Although there was quite a bit of putting together for this figure though, because it's in three parts. The figure herself, the stand, and this device, which is actually called the Black Monolith, which I'll explain later in the book. Though, she's a lot easier to get off the stand than Black Rock Shooter is. So, you just twist her off and then there you go. The device here clips on right at that point, but I'm not going to take it off though, simply because these four fins around the ends, they're kind of loose. I don't really know what the problem is. Maybe it's just me and not really getting in smart with my hands. But either way. But personally, I think the design is a little bit similar to Black Rock Shooter's figure, at least because, the pose and the way the device is being held. The belt here can be removed. I call it the Miku pen belt, in a way. It can be removed by removing her left leg and then just pulling the belt off. So you can display her with or without the belt. I prefer both because she looks really cool without it and with it. But anyway, this is easily one of my favorite figures. It was worth the money, and if you're able to find her, then, or if you pre-ordered her, then I'm betting you're happy with her too. Now moving on to the book. Now this is sort of an art book, but it's also sort of a manual, as it says. Let's see, a manual. It basically explains the story. It also has the light novel in it, which I'll get to that later. It explains the story, the designs, like what she is. She's not an android. She's called a HIE, Humanoid Interface Element. But yes, the book is in English. As you can tell, the book is bound, you know, left to right, not right to left. So you don't have to worry. It's a bilingual book, as it says right here. So you're registered as an owner of Class Lucia Humanoid Interface Elements Type 005. So basically, this first page says I'm legally binding. So basically, Good Smile Company mailed me a high-class android that I can't. That the feds watch me and everything. Anyway. So this was if you follow Red Juice on DA or his live stream or anything, you remember this picture. I remember seeing this on DeviantArt actually the same day I saw the figure on Good Smile Company's site. So the book is also really good too, so it's kind of like a premium pack if anyone else plays Nipponichi games. More sketches, data on her stats and everything. Well, not so much stats. And a device. And unlike in Chobits, this device right here, Black Monolith, this is her on switch. So if you've read Chobits, it's not like that at all. Thank God. Also, this also shows some of the 3D designs for the device and the figure, which I think were really cool. Moving on. Sorry. So it also shows some of the illustrations from the novel, which I seriously hope this becomes an anime eventually, though, because Guilty Crown's artwork is amazing. Though, judging by the story, this might be a sequel to Guilty Crown, but I don't know. I haven't watched the anime yet, but I really should get to it. And other designs. Actually, if you follow Red Juice, you might recognize some of these pictures before the novel was actually released. So it looks like he adapted some of his characters, or maybe these were already part of the Beatless project before. I'm not really sure. So these are other. Apparently, all these characters are all called Lucia, but they all go by the different code names. So here's basically explaining the story. These years are for, you know, the development of the machines and everything. FAQs. What I find interesting about this novel is the fact that it, you know, mentions things like the declining birth rate, everything, stuff that's going on in modern times. Red Juice's profile and another key illustration. Concept arts, which I'm kind of a sucker for. Lots of concept arts. And the 3D designs for the figure, which I think were really cool. Because I love these figures so much, it's interesting to see how much work goes into them. And now for the novel. Sadly, though, despite the fact that this entire book is bilingual, Japanese and English, sadly the novel isn't, which was kind of a major letdown. But then again, this is the internet, so there's probably a translated version. It'll probably reach Bakatsuki any time now. But okay. But either way, this was an amazing figure for me to get my hands on, and I'm actually really happy, though, despite the fact that I had to make the choice to either buy the Love is War Miku Deluxe version, which is getting the same treatment, the one with the big speakers, if you know the figure. That's also an exclusive figure, but this one was too, so I had to make a choice. But personally, I love this one. So that was basically it for this figure review. Oh yeah, just a closer look again. Very nice. It's a very nice sculpting, very realistic, just like as you'd expect from Good Smile Company. Amazing quality. So that's basically it for this figure review and the first video of the new year, and me being back in the States. So I am SSJstarfox. I'll see you again in the next figure review and the next Let's Play.